Hi there, my name is Morsuit America, and this is going to be another spoiler video, but it's to inform those who may not be aware of what you need specifically for the Puras Weapon Series. I did make a video on it already, upper right hand corner or in the description. That is a spoiler though, so watch that at your own discretion. It does reveal the next weapon series after the Liberate liberates. But yeah, some of you guys may not know what 15 star to desynth and if you should hold on to them, or maybe you didn't know that you need to hold on to some of them. I would say that if you don't want to see the specific spoilers or the details for these certain weapon series, you might just want to hold on to a good chunk of your 15 star weapons until Divide Quest is out and when you can aim for these weapon series to Puras and Still. They might be named differently over there in Global, not 100% sure. So just keep most of your 15 stars. The ones I would say that you could definitely desynth are the ones from the collection files over there in Global, the Bressa, and the Million Weapon series. However, I would hold on to a couple of those because there might be, not 100% sure on this, it's just a possible chance that they might need those certain 15 stars for certain upgrades. But that's just me getting out of my ass because like Japanese PSO2 is not done yet with PSO2. There's possibilities for certain stuff being added. I mean, there's another weapon series right after the Light Weaver called the Fluxio, and apparently you can get a 15 star variant of this particular weapon. It does give an SAF of SAF of Ether Factor, but I think these weapons are very specific, so I once again need to look into that. But with that being said, there's a chance that they might use those weapon series, so most of the time I would at least have one copy of certain things, certain weapon types or weapon series. And with the Puras, once again, it does use at least two 15 stars along with a 14 star. Now this 14 star shouldn't be as hard to get and acquire. It's pretty much the Dim Weapon Series. Dim Weapon Series, you can buy them off of the market, or you can farm them through like a bunch of means, and it shouldn't be as hard to get them. But in terms of getting it at a certain slot number element, that might be a different story. However, the other things that you need for it will be those particular 15 star weapons. Now for the first half of this video, I'm going to go over what you need specifically for certain weapon types for the Puras. Note that when it comes to going for the Puras to distill, they don't require any more weapons. They only need that jump and a bunch of materials. The second half of this video is going to go into details about what the weapons look like, because most of the weapons through Zig's Sagecrest shop are all the weapons you need for these certain upgrades. Granted that there's a couple 15 stars that aren't needed for it, but most of them are located there. And the reason why I'm making this video in itself is because when I was staring at Arc's Visa phone, it doesn't give you very specific information on these certain weapons that you need for these upgrades. It does talk about the Gen Puras, it does talk about the Gen Weapon Series in general, especially if I were to like just put that in and then click on the first thing that pops up. You can see that it does talk about it. So let me go to this section over here. It does talk about it. It shows you the general materials you need for this certain weapon. However, it does not show you the 14 stars and 15 stars, which is why I'm making this video. So depending on what weapon type you may want to go for, you would want to look in the description for those time skips. And note that once again, first half of this video is to showcase the Puras, and then the second half is to showcase the weapons that would be needed for these various weapon series. Now I'm going to try to remember most of them because I'm not going to do a bunch of fancy edits with this. And if you need to take your time and look at it, pause the screen as well. So let us go through. Oh god, there's a lot of weapons. Let's go through all of them. Let's start with the striker weapons first. We're going to check the sword. The sword, as you can see, for the Gen Puras, it will require, once again, a 14 star. You'll see 14 stars as the first one. 14 stars Dim Weapon Series. It's going to be specifically the sword at plus 35. Then you got Oblisina Waft, which is a 15 star sword that was introduced from the Armada Emergency Quest. And then the Dyne Hispara. I'm not familiar with that one. I don't remember when they added it, but this is technically a 15 star. So once again, pause the screen if you need to write it down, or if you just want to remember the name or something. Take a screenshot of it. I don't know. Just pause your screen. Wild Lances for the Puras for this one, once again, Dim Weapons gonna be a thing. Charis, which I'm familiar with because once again, it was introduced in the modern one, and then you got the Shihou Cereal. Well, how you pronounce it. I'm gonna butcher these names, so do not expect me to be pronouncing these at like a very fluent and, you know, professional level. I'm not that good. Partizan for this one, the Puras, once again, first one, Dim. Now, this is where they start to incorporate the Orb Weapon. Orb Weapons were first introduced in the Evangelion event, but due to, what is it? Global PSO2 not having it, they decided to release an alternative method to get them. They released the shop as well. So you would want to keep some of these Orb Weapons. And then this one's the Anacates. Oh god, yeah, these certain weapon series. Once again, pause the screen if you need to write down these names or take a screenshot, but it's more on the later half where you would want to take screenshots of what it looks like. So the next one is this Puras. You got the Genon Weapon Series, and then Shihou Fist, whatever, however you pronounce that. And then once again, the Daggers as well. Double Saber. Here's the Puras. Once again, 14-star. An Orb Weapon Series, and then the Anacates Weapon Series. Knuckles will acquire 14-star, an Orb Weapon again, and then Shihou. You're starting to see like all these familiar names popping up, and it's like, oh, okay, so it's going to be either one of these. So that's the Knuckles Katana. This is what it is. You know what? I'm not even going to say the name unless I can pronounce it. Resonant Tommy, and then the Orb Weapon of Katana, then the 14-star Dim Weapon. Dual Blades. You see that this will require Serpen and Orgi Malice. That one was introduced in what? Armada for sure, I think. Gunslash. So over here, the Ana weapon series again, the Orb weapon, and the 14-star Dim Slash. And then all these are other things that you could do. So let us back out of that, go to the range weapons now. There's only, what, 4 of these? Assault rifle launcher, twin machine guns, bullet bow. So here's the Puras one for this one. It does not take the Resonant one, so do not confuse the Resonance with the Genon. You need the Genon weapon series for it. And then, once again, Orb weapon, 14-star. Launcher, you will need these items over here. Dim, Oblisina, and the combat cannon. So if you're playing on global, you might be wondering where do I get most of these. Some of these do drop from the ultra hard free field or whatever you call it over there. There will be other game modes that can give you some of these 15 stars. For example, the Ultimate Quest Infiltration, that's another place where you can get them. Once again, I already explained this in my Still Puras video for that weapon series. Then you see 14 stars, 15 stars, and another 15 stars. Orb weapon, but this one's the Dyne weapon. But yeah. And then the bullet bow. Dim, Genon, and hard cross bullet. Once again, 14 star, 15 star, 15 stars. Best way I memorized it or just recognize their name is just hold on to the certain weapon series that pop up a good chunk. So Genon pops up every now and then, so I hold on to most of these Genon weapon series. And then there's also like the Orb weapons of Blisina. I will hold on to those as well. Resonant sometimes pop up as well. To get the Rod, you need the Resonant Tifera. And then you need the Orb weapon, then a 14-star Dim. If you do try to go for an 8 slot, try to get a Dim weapon that's at an 8 slot. Like these two, if you get it at the natural drop, not at the right element, that's fine. But if you can get a Dim at an 8 slot and with a light element, that would be to your advantage. That would help you greatly. I'll make a video just emphasizing on a few pointers that you can abuse and use. But that depends on if you want to take set advice and whatnot. So you got these weapon series over here. Once again, Dim, Oblisina, and then the Dyne. But you can see all these other materials are pretty much the same in terms of, what is it? The grain crystals, the fragments, pure photons, ultimate booster. Now, this one's the Clarte Dolce, I think. The Orb Wand, and then you need a 14-star wand weapon. And then I think we're close to the last one. Second to last. I forgot that it's that T-stick too. Second to last one. So all the same materials. Serpent, you would want that. And then the orb, and then the gem. If I remember correctly, Serpent only popped up like for both the dual blades and the Jetboots. But I don't remember seeing any other weapon series with the Serpent in front of it. And then last one would be this. These two... Wow, there's no third one, so... I guess this is the only one that doesn't have a second 15 star. I didn't realize that until now. Okay, I blinked that for a bit, my bad. The next thing we get to do is look over the Crest weapons. Why? Because one, this will be implemented over there in Global in due time, but not only that, all of these weapons that are in here are used to try to get some of those weapons that you saw earlier, or the first half of this video, the Puras weapon. So you can see that it has a good chunk of Dynes, the Genon, the Ana, the Serpents, the Neo, this one, Hard Bullets, Shihou, Combat Cannon. So it has almost everything. The only thing it doesn't have are the Ballista and the Orb. That is in the metal shop, which I will showcase that in a bit. So you don't really need this rifle, because it wasn't part of the requirement. You do need this rod if you were going for the rod. So once again, take your time to, I don't know, stare at the little icon picture over here. Pause the screen. But I'm going to go through these quickly. So there's the katana. There's the sword. TMGs. Talis. It looks like a spear. Genon Wide Lance. Genon Twin Daggers. Genon Rifle. Now the Genon weapon series, just putting my opinion in, they look really fucking cool, especially if you got the right look for it. Genon Talis again. Well, not again, but like just another Talis weapon. Genon Bow. Now I think for the Jetboots, they did not require the Genon, so... Or yeah, for the Jetboots Puras, it did not require the Genon Jetboots. So you don't need to get this. This is optional. I'll double check. If my memory is correct, it doesn't require this. Now going on to the Ana stuff. They got the Partizan. Double blades or dual saber. But wait, no. I always get this confused. Is it double saber? Yeah, the double saber weapon type. I swear, I wish they kind of separate the dual saber into the double saber or something. I would usually call this a dual-sided blade. Double-sided blade. Now, there's the Gunslash one. I remember this for sure. You need this for that Puras Gunslash. Next one is the Rifle one. Next one is the Rod. Next one is the Serpent. Now, I do know you need these two Serpent weapons for their conversions. So, for the dual blades, they do require this. And then for the Jetboots, it requires this one as well. Neo weapon, I think this was part of the Jetboot requirement. This weapon right here is a rifle. Looks cool just staring at it. I don't think you need it for the Puras weapon making though. Then this weapon over here, Clarte Dolce. I do remember this because, one, I have a bunch of copies of these. And secondly, I did went and make a Puras Wand, which then I upgrade to the Still Wand. Next one is the Hard Cross Bullet. It's not a certain weapon series, it's standalone in a sense, but you do need this for that bow. And then we're going to the Shihou. There's the fist weapons. Another Shihou, wire lance. Shihou. And then there's the twin daggers. And then dual sabers, dual blades. And then the combat cannon. Once again, hopefully you guys pause the screen so you can get a good look at them. I'm gonna go to the other shop now. Once again, Zig has a good chunk of them, but not all of them. And not all of them are used to make the Puras. You do need to go over here and start out some of these. This is your alternative fixed method to get some of these. So Cobalts would usually hold most of the orb weapons. And if you see a particular weapon series here that you may want to go for, most likely they will use it. So most of these are used for those certain conversions to a Puras. But once again, make sure, double check, especially upon this release. Or look through this video again. So this is the Partizan for the orb. Double saber, double-sided blade. Gunslash. Katana. Rifle. TMG. Rod. Wand. Jetboots, excuse me. And then 15-star stick, already at plus 35, so you don't need to buy multiple copies. Note that you do need to buy multiple copies from both Zig and this to actually get it to plus 35. It's not a grind value of 35. Hopefully they've been dropping grind capsules over there. And then the last weapon series I'm going to show, if I remember correctly, should be that one. Yeah, it's that one. So limited price metal exchange over here. You can see that these weapons are plus 30. Once again, they're not at plus 35. You would need to buy more dupes of them or use grind caps. So let's go over these, and once again, pause the screen if you need to look at the actual picture. It's small most likely, but you know, just pause the screen so you can get a gist of what it looks like. So a Blazina Waft. This is the sword. This is the launcher. This is the Talis. This is the dual blades. TMGs. A cure. Wide length. Double-sided, dual-bladed ultimate chain. Now, I don't think you need this for the Puras conversion for the double-sided blade. And then Rekekato Gurin. This one is a katana, but I don't think you need it for the what is it, the Puras upgrade. I'm gonna look at it one last time to make sure. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys this little thing, just in case you want to figure out which 15-star to hold on to and keep. If you're not going for a certain weapon series and you have that particular weapon, you might want to desynth it. I don't know. It's entirely up to you. I, once again, have a certain battle plan. Or I would have a certain battle plan if I was playing over there in Glow PSO2. I will most likely release that video tomorrow. But, yeah. But those are just my thoughts and opinions in terms of how I would approach Global and what weapon series I would go for. So let's look at the katana quickly. as you can see, it doesn't use that. It used the Orb weapon in the Resonant, but does not use that Regenku one. And then for the Double Saber, it's not using that ultimate chain. So some weapon series are going to use it, some weapon series aren't going to use it, aren't going to be used for the the Puras upgrade. But anyways, that is it for this video. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, put it down below. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.